Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 4 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go road course racing for the first time this season at Sonoma Raceway. There was actually a pretty big glitch that actually got fixed just before I recorded this episode, so perfect timing from 7:04 games now as the December patch is out. But in the Xfinity Series for Iowa, we had subscriber Dancing Yeti in the car. He's been around for quite some time in this community. Obviously, Iowa is a track that in Xfinity, our team and even I, when I was driving, have struggled at so much that I wasn't really expecting a whole lot at this track. And Yeti's certainly struggled to have a great performance here, as you can see him through now down into turns 3 and turns 4 on the final lap at this point, with Justin Allgaier closing in on the back of him out of turns 4 down the front straightaway. He would come through to hold off Allgaier for the position, but certainly not a great finish for us as he finished 22nd here in Iowa. So hopefully we can turn some things around here within the next few races for the Xfinity Series. But we come through in now to the Cup Series at Sonoma in qualifying out of the final hairpin down this front straightaway. It was a pretty decent lap last time we came to Sonoma. It was a pretty bad race for us, but we come through to cross the line with a 1:34.1, and we go P12 here for Sonoma. So it's certainly showing a little bit of speed and a little bit of hope, and hopefully we can have a strong run here today. And on the pole is Jamie McMurray, a little bit of a surprise.
We're at Sonoma Raceway for the Toyota Save Mart 350. This year, Sonoma has returned to the circuit's historic 12-turn, 2.52-mile road course layout. Well, that means the return of the carousel, which adds a technical aspect to the track that will be a challenge for these drivers. Let's go road course racing.
Alright, we are ready to go green here at the Toyota Save Mart 350 at Sonoma Raceway. Kevin Harvick, our teammate's been struggling all weekend. BJ McLeod has shown some speed, especially in practice, and there you see the pole winner of Jamie McMurray as we get ready to go green from the 12th starting position here for the first road course race of the season. Behind the 1 car of Kurt Busch and the 12 of Ryan Blaney, the green flag is out, and we are road course racing for the first time this season now as we head through this first little kind of kink up the hill into the first few corners now, as we have Kyle Larson on our left-hand side here on this opening start. Behind us, we've got the 2 of Keselowski and the 24 of William Byron now, as we already get ahead of the 42 of Larson, clear him down into the left-hander now, as we're certainly going to have to deal with a pretty bad handling car here in Sonoma, kind of no matter what, because Sonoma in this game just isn't very good, unfortunately. Now as we come through, heading into the kind of new portion of the track has been updated since the last time I did a career mode video here, which you're going to see with one of the turns being corrected now as we go down towards the carousel up the inside of the 18 of Kyle Busch, who's got 6 wins already on the season, as he's having an incredible season. Kyle Busch is having now as we exit the carousel, already having a bit of a moment there. Some oversteer, we overcorrect, and we went off track, but thankfully we kept it straight and run P8 behind the 95 of Matt DiBenedetto down into the right-handers. Here's the new updated version of the track before they actually went around that red paint there, which was not correct, but thankfully 704 fixed that, and we got through there pretty well. Now as we come through into the S, is getting a little bit aggressive on the curb, a little bit too aggressive, and that certainly messed me up just a little bit, but we thankfully would keep it straight and then try to set our sights on that 95 of DiBenedetto. I had actually the tightest preset possible coming into this race. Now as we come through, completing the first lap behind Stenhouse and DiBenedetto, who are side by side. We're actually going to take them 3 wide up the hill now into the corner, and we clear Stenhouse, but we go wide anyways, and Kyle Busch is going to stick his nose up the inside as we're 3 wide up the hill now as we get clear of them both, thankfully, into the corner. So thankfully we escape a little bit of a mess there and run P6 as we would close in on Denny Hamlin within the few next laps and actually easily get past him as we went down the straightaway, hitting lap 3. So we had climbed up to P5 up there at this point, and it was pretty much just a breeze getting past Hamlin. He didn't really have much to fight me with, and as we came through now towards the carousel on the same lap, exiting the carousel, the stage would actually end a couple laps early as a caution came out. So the first 2 stages are very short, so basically if a caution comes out, that's going to end the stage, and then the final stage is very lengthy, so we did not need to pit. It was Eric Jones winning the stage, and now stage 2 though is underway here at Sonoma behind the 9 of Chase Elliott. Jones with the playoff point, McMurray still on that front row with him, who got P2. Obviously McMurray, he's going to have to win already to get into the playoffs, so that's pretty much his mentality in this race. Road courses are really the only chances he has in this career mode, it seems like, to have a chance at winning now, as Jones gets away pretty easily as Elliott and Truex are side by side as we come through the right-hander. Hamlin trying to put on some pressure behind us now as we head down towards the right-hander now on the back bumper of the 9 of Chase Elliott, as we're actually going to go a little bit off track there and make it 3 wide with him and Truex Truex for a moment. Elliott backs out of the 3 wide as we're still side by side with Martin Truex Jr. down into the carousel. Now I have to be very careful in this carousel because you see there the car likes to get up on 2 wheels, unfortunately, but we keep it straight. And now all of a sudden we find ourselves up in the 3rd position here at Sonoma Raceway. So showing a lot more speed than we had last time out here at this track in our rookie season, and maybe today we'll be in contention for a race victory if we can play our cards correctly now as we head down towards the S's. There you see behind us Truex has fallen off quite a bit, but we come through now towards the end of lap 2. We'd actually lost a little bit of time to the cars up in front of us of Jones and McMurray. We come through now on lap 3 into the carousel, still about the same distance or so behind them, and then behind us it was still Martin Truex Jr. running in P4 as we exit the carousel. So loose through the carousel, you got to be really careful through there now. As we head down towards the next corner, the caution comes out now, and that's going to end stage 2 a few laps early, and this actually adds extra laps to the final stage. So this is going to be a very lengthy final stage. You see 21 laps to go already, and we would be coming to the pit lane though this time for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires. Jamie McMurray won the race off of pit road, so he will start the final stage from P1 with Truex. Joining him on the front row as the final stage is already underway here in Sonoma, but there you see 18 laps at Sonoma in this final stage. A very lengthy final stage if it goes green, especially the whole way, but the way this race has gone so far doesn't look like it's maybe going to go green the whole way. Now as we're side by side with the 20 of Eric Jones, we clear him with ease. He's certainly probably the fastest car here as he's been able to win both stage 1 and stage 2. Jones looking for win number 1 though on the season, as you saw me dealing with a little bit of oversteer in the car now as we come through the right-hander, just trying to keep it straight, and now we close in on McMurray very quickly. He slows up out of nowhere and we go a little bit wide here on the exit and get into the grass a little bit now as we go down into the carousel, making sure I play it really safe. I always got to play it really safe. I've certainly learned my lesson in this carousel from last season that we just don't want to send it in there too hard, but we have a great exit off of the carousel. We might be able to send it here up the inside of McMurray, so we're going to try it down into the right-hander. Sure enough, side by side with Jamie McMurray, and we clear him through the corner. Now behind Martin Truex Jr. as we run in the 2nd position, but a little bit sideways again on the exit of the corner. Certainly hurts our momentum now, as that was certainly starting to become an issue there as I get very aggressive once again on the curbs on the entrance of the S's, getting into some of that grass, throwing it on the track, but obviously they don't have that kind of in the game where you can throw grass on the track. Now as we come through the bend heading down towards that final hairpin, trying my best to stick with Truex. We come through on lap 13, about the same gap between himself and I as we came through down into the right bend, but the gap behind us had opened up a little bit, but then some mistakes. I did make some mistakes here and there as kind of expected with just the way Sonoma Raceway is in this game, but you see behind us it was McMurray still running P3, Eric Jones in that 4th position now as we came through on lap 14, actually closed in a little bit on Martin Truex Jr., so certainly we definitely have the speed, and now we get sideways though on the exit of the corner, and then basically the gap we just gained on Truex completely wiped, and we lose extra time to Martin Truex Jr. in the process. One little mistake can just completely wipe all the progress you make now as came through into the hairpin on lap 14. Eric Jones trying to put pressure on McMurray, and you see behind us McMurray is having an issue. He's actually blowing up, and that puts Eric Jones into P3, so McMurray will not be in contention for the win, and Jones, he would actually lose a little bit of time again as I had been able to go mistake-free for about a lap or 2. But as I was saying, Sonoma is just so tough in this game with the way the cars drive at road courses that obviously mistake-free didn't last very long because I would actually start to make some mistakes again. But it was down to just under 4 seconds to Truex, and then I made some mistakes. Like I said, Jones had been able to run me down. Now it's actually overcorrect into the corners. It almost felt like a wheel hop into that right-hander, and that certainly sent me wide as we're sideways now. Jones, and on my right-hand side, we made a little bit of contact with him as we go down into the S's, but thankfully we stayed clear. I knew that if I wanted to have a chance to win this race, we had to stay in front of Eric Jones because we know how fast he is. So I was doing everything I could to stay in front of him, but once again, a few laps later, making another mistake on lap 19, and that allows Jones to get to my left-hand side as we're very sideways on the exit of the corner, but we hang on to it and stay clear of Eric Jones. But at this point, it's mistake after mistake I was making with the pressure from the 20 still now starting to crack under the pressure that Jones is putting on us as we come through into the carousel. Truex was loving this, though. We know he's driving away at this point with the victory, so we come through now down into the right-hander still on lap 19. Jones just behind us as we make a mistake, though, into the corner. We get too much curb and spinning. We go, and Jones hits us in the front end. There's contact or damage on the front bumper. The caution actually comes out, and now we have 2 seconds of repairs, and I didn't really know what to do at this point. 10 laps ago, I decided 2 cans of fuel, and then I decided, or 1 can of fuel, no tires, repairs, and we end up coming out leading. We know what happens when we come out leading last time, especially here at Sonoma. We actually had a terrible disaster of a restart, and everything went downhill, so I was very concerned that this was going to happen again, just like last time we took the lead on a restart at Sonoma. But either way, we lead with now less than 10 laps to go here in Sonoma, and we cleared Truex with ease up the hill, and it was Chase Elliott putting the pressure on Truex now. So at this point, it's like, okay, well, maybe if I can just be really careful, we might be able to hold on to it. Come down through into the right-hander on the same lap, and once again, I make the same mistake. This time I hold on to the car. Too much curb once again. Truex takes the lead. We're sideways on the exit of the right-hander, and then that allows Eric Almirola, our teammate, to go through to take P2 as Elliott, he tried to put on some pressure, but I was able to stay clear of him. But we just started losing time to the guys up ahead. Once again, we've made a mistake with the pit call. I think that's, what, 3 races in a row now as we come through. Jones, once again, though, trying to put some pressure on us now as well. Now we got a spinner behind, though. The 88 of Alex Bowman goes spinning into the guardrail, and the caution is going to come out late here in Sonoma as he gets spun out again by Joey Logano. So this will set us up for a very late restart in Sonoma behind Truex. Almirola joins him on the front row. I kind of want to help Almirola win, but obviously if I can take the win, then you're going to see me go for it now as we come through up towards the left-hander. We're going to try and make it 3 wide possibly here with Truex. Sure enough, through the right-hander, we do make it 3 wide, but now Almirola gets away, and then Jones tries to take over P2, but we actually were able to hang on to that second position for the moment. Now, as we came through, though, with 2 laps to go, Almirola was just driving away. I had nothing for him as we get sideways again, overcorrecting into the grass. The car was so loose at this point, and it once again just wipes us out because now Jones, Truex, a drive by. Elliott was putting pressure on me as we're running P4, heading down towards the right-hander, so we come through straight to the final lap here in Sonoma Raceway. Still running in that 4th position. Boyer, though, had climbed up to P5. Elliott down in P6. Almirola leading the way out of nowhere. Eric Almirola finds himself leading this race. He wasn't even in the conversation for top runners in this race, and all of a sudden he takes the lead on a restart, and he drives away. Jones had climbed up to P2 at this point now on this about last half a lap or so as we were actually closing in on Truex. This final lap, I hadn't made any mistakes, and if only we could have kept that the same the whole race, who knows what it could have been now as we come through out of the right-hander, trying to set Truex up maybe for a last lap pass here and get P3 at least. It's been a rough final stage for us, but here we are still running P4 as we get a little bit too aggressive. They're sending it up the left-hand side of Truex, making a little bit of contact. Now he's going to look to the right-hand side of him. Now through this left bend for the final time, down towards the right-hander. Eric Almirola, though, leading the way into the final hairpin as Truex stays clear, but we still have the momentum. We look to the right-hand side, down towards the final hairpin. Jones comfortably up ahead in P2 as we're side by side with the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. A little bit of door banging on the exit of the corner, and we get the position as he slows, and now Eric Almirola wins for the first time this season in Sonoma. We come through to cross the line in P3. We had a good car. We did so much better than last time here in Sonoma, so I was at least happy with that, but I was disappointed at the same time with the mistakes I still made. Definitely need to get better at that here in Sonoma. It's just such a tricky track with the way the cars drive at Sonoma, unfortunately. But after the race, I said mistakes, too many mistakes. We'll come back stronger next time here at Sonoma. Hopefully we can live up to that word and go back to Sonoma next season and maybe compete for a win. We were in the conversation today. Last time at Sonoma, we weren't in the conversation. So at least we've made some progress. It's just we made too many mistakes again. I choked leading that race there on that final, or second final, penultimate restart is what I'm trying to say. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. Jimmy Johnson, still the last car in the playoffs. It looks like it's going to be William Byron soon at this rate as he continues to fall. So obviously, guys, though, in the next one for Chicagoland, thank you for watching, everyone, and have a great day.